Welcome to Nyam Nyam's spooky Halloween cookie decoration ideas. Learn to make spiders, mummy cookies, and monster cookies. Simply melt some white chocolate and pipe it onto some baking paper. Small, medium, and large circles. Using melted dark chocolate for the pupils. And you have your googly eyes. Freeze those to set. Now get your chocolate chip cookie and put a little dollop of melted white chocolate to stick on your chocolate ball. Couple more bits to stick on your googly eyes and one for the mouth. Now some dark chocolate for the legs. They're just grabbing onto that cookie there. Brilliant, spider-tastic. Next we're going to dip a Vietnamese cookie into some melted white chocolate. And then just swizzle some more on top and a little bit of melted dark chocolate for eyes. And there you have a mummy. Next, we're going to get a digestive, put it upside down and squeeze on some melted white chocolate, which has been coloured with green food colouring. Sticking on loads of googly eyes for our monster. And how about a Frankenstein? Some green melted white chocolate goes on there and some dark chocolate for the hair, a few stitches, some googly eyes and a nose. And there you have it. Perfectly spooky cookies in a jiffy. Wahaha! I love Halloween. Nyam Nyam brings you 4 spooky cake popsicle ideas, turning your regular cake popsicles into spooky ones. All you need is some melted white chocolate and some food colouring, a few drops of that. We're going to use a variety of colours here to keep things interesting. So we've got orange, green, yellow and grey. We're going to pour those one by one into our popsicle moulds, filling them half away. Then we're going to swish it around to make sure we coat the sides. That's going to go and chill for 1 hour. Meanwhile, get 300 grams of mashed chocolate cake and 150 grams of cream cheese. Whisk them together in a mixing bowl. That was easy, wasn't it? Now, using a spatula, we're just going to mash it to make it stick together, forming a sort of dough. And start spooning it in on top of our set white chocolate moulds. Flattening it down to make sure we fill our mould evenly and putting our popsicle stick in there. And pouring the remainder of our melted white chocolate on top. Now you want to keep your white chocolate melted, so you want to just keep it on some heat, perhaps a pan above some steam. Chill those for 1 hour, and there you have it. They're ready to decorate. Just pop them out, one by one, careful not to break them. Turn them over, and ready to put your fondant decorations on. We'll do a Frankenstein, a mummy with some beady red eyes, a yellow ghost, and a pumpkin. So easy to make, so effective, and the kids will love them. The little kids, and the big kids too. Happy Halloween! This Halloween Nyam Nyam is going to show you how to turn your regular donuts into spooky ones. All you need is some white chocolate melted and some food colouring. We're using purple, green and orange. Next you get some dark chocolate buttons and melt those too. Now let's get our ready-made donuts out of the box. And time to excite them up a bit. Placing them over a baking tray, we're going to pour some melted white purple coloured chocolate over the first one. That's a ring donut. Green, dark chocolate over one of them. And white chocolate orange colour over a jam-filled donut. You can choose different types of donut to make it interesting. You can even do chocolate-filled, cream-filled, custard-filled. Take your pick. And of course, there's no harm in just eating the white chocolate leftovers. Chill that for 1 hour. And now we're going to decorate with some fondant icing. We got some brown triangles for the eyes and the nose, and a brown mouth, and a few green leaves and a stalk on top. Let's add a bit more decoration with our melted white chocolate orange colour through a food piping bag. We're just framing our face. There you have it, a pumpkin for our green donut. We're going to make this one into Frankenstein with a brown fondant hairline. Some pretend nails in there, some melted dark chocolate for the eyes. And let's not forget the mouth. So you can use the same melted chocolate through food piping bags to decorate your donuts. Very, very easy to do. Let's add a few cuts here and there. And there you have it, sewn together Frankenstein. For our chocolate donut, we're going to add some white fondant icing and bandage it up a bit. This would be excellent fun for the kids. So if you've got some kids hanging around, I definitely recommend getting them involved in mummifying the donut. Don't forget the eyes. Now we're going to make a Dracula donut with some chocolate fondant for the hairline and the cape and a cute little face. Don't forget the white fangs. And there you have it. Halloween donuts. Better bite them before they bite you. Wahaha! Too evil to eat. Well, maybe just a bite or two. Welcome to Nyam Nyam Scary Pumpkin Face Cake. Ooh, delicious. All you need is a cake, of course, and buttercream and fondant icing. And one very important ingredient too, a piece of stencil paper. That's right, we're going to draw out evil eyes and evil mouth on this and cut them out. Get choppy with your scissors. Meanwhile, you can get your vanilla cake or whichever cake you prefer and layer it with buttercream icing. We're using orange to look like a pumpkin. Piping it on through a food piping bag, or if you don't have one, just use a plain food storage bag and then snip the end off. Makes it easier to coat your cake in buttercream icing. Smooth it over with a spatula or flat knife. There we go. Ready to add some black buttercream icing onto one side of your cake. That's where you're going to stick on your stencil paper facial features. The mouth goes on first, and then the eyes. Carefully placing them using tweezers. Right, now we're going to cover that in orange buttercream icing to hide what we have done. Smooth that over, and using a thin stick, maybe a cocktail stick, you can find out where those bits are stuck and just peel them off like so to reveal your black buttercream icing as facial features. Brilliant, isn't it? Just a few finishing touches to perfect. Now, using a food piping bag with serrated edges, we're going to decorate the top of our cake with orange buttercream icing and add some fondant eyes. Here's some we made earlier using white fondant icing and black fondant icing. You can place them on using tweezers and a few sprinkles. And there you have it, a scary pumpkin face cake. Trick or treat! Want to know how to make a pink skull cake? Of course you do! And Nyam Nyam are going to show you just how to make this super simple basic cake into a work of art. Yes, all you need is some skull moulds and some pink fondant icing. Just stick them in there to get the desired shape. And then take them out. There you go, you have your skulls. Lay them out on a baking tray and just chill them so that they can set. Meanwhile, get a jug of water and stick a gold leaf or a bit of golden foil in there, dip your cherry in it and press it down. You could do that a few times for your decorations. Next is the cake. We're using chocolate cake with pink buttercream icing, layering it like so. 3 layers. And coating the outside in buttercream icing, just pipe that on and spin your plate around to make it easier. Smooth it over. As always, we like to create the smooth surface to stick on our decorations. Right, time to stick on your skulls. Stick them on as randomly as you like. We're covering the entire outside edges of our cake. And piping on some dollops of white buttercream icing. On the top, we're doing 4 of those. And guess what we're going to put in them? That's right, our golden cherries. Ooh, they do look delish, don't they? You can decorate with chocolate, sweets, whatever you fancy. And there it is, an absolutely fantastic Halloween work of art. Ooh, yum! Hello and welcome to Nyam Nyam. Let's get spooky with Halloween custard buns. Start with 175 grams of cake flour, make a well in the middle, add 1 teaspoon of yeast and half a cup of water. Then use your hands to mix it all together and form a dough. There. Cover with cling wrap, let it rest for 30 minutes, and in a fresh bowl add 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of water, half a teaspoon of salt, and mix it together. Then add in 75 grams of cake flour and 60 grams of sugar. Mix using a spatula. Then place the rested dough into it and mix it all together using your hands. Finally, add 25 grams of room temperature butter and mix that in. Place the dough on a chopping board and slice into 4 portions. Add food colouring to each. We're doing purple, yellow, orange and green. Next, melt 200 grams of white chocolate and pour on 150 grams of whipping cream. Whisk that up. Separate into 4 equal portions and add food colouring to each. Chill those for 10 minutes and they should scoop out easily like this. Take each colour and roll into balls. Just pop those aside and then get your coloured dough. We're starting with purple and we're adding a green ball in the middle, covering it over with the dough. Pop that into a cupcake holder, let it rest for 1 hour and then steam for 10 minutes. And repeat with all of the colours. Now for the fun part, let's decorate using melted dark and white chocolate. Making facial features. We can also use edible ink and other decorations. Once they're all done, just press them down and let the insides ooze out. Absolutely gory. Perfect for Halloween. Enjoy! Have bundles of fun making this very scary mummy fondant cake. Oh, mummy! All you need is some rock candy. We're going to melt that, smash it up once it's set. Ooh, that's the fun part. Then get your fondant icing, white of course, because we're going to use it to mummify our cake. Just cut it into strips, which we will later wrap around our cake. There you go. Right, time for the cake. Vanilla cake, or any cake you wish. Layering it with buttercream icing, using a food piping bag for ease, and then just coating the entire outside in it too. Ooh, we do love a bit of buttercream. Smoothing it all over. To perfection. Time to have fun with fondant. We can now decorate. Sticking on your strips of fondant onto your nice, smooth buttercream icing surface. Kinda like wrapping up a Christmas present, isn't it? Or should I say, Halloween present? Or even Halloween past. It's the mummy, isn't it? Stick on a couple of eyeballs, also made out of fondant icing and edible ink. Add in your toffee glasses. Those are the bits we smashed up earlier from the rock candy. And a bit of raspberry jam, or even red ganache, whatever you like, which kind of looks like blood oozing out of what looks like glass shards. And there you have it. A beautifully mummified vanilla cake.